Welcome to episode 24 of my hovercar origin series. This is a 1/20th scale 1965 Honda Formula 1. The kit is from Tamiya, and it was an excellent build. I'm going to show you how I turn this into a single-seat rocket. Let's check it out. This build looks more spaceship than it does hovercar. It's got quite a different look than the rest of my cars. I'm going to turn the lights on so we can get a better look at it. I had the lights down low so we could see the full brightness of the LEDs. The LEDs are on a 3-volt circuit. There is a 3-volt button battery underneath this intake, and it supplies enough power for the 10 LEDs. There's the 2 headlights, these 2 side thrusters, and the 6 in the back. Total of 10 LEDs. And since the battery is contained on board, I can remove it from its base and still have the lights. Pretty cool. Check it out. You can chase my cats around the house and pretend it's a spaceship. And it's one of the few cars that I have that's all self-contained. When I purchased this model kit and opened the box at home, the first thing I thought of was it looked like a airplane fuselage, much like the photos I would see of the old, B-52 bombers and the old planes from World War II. And that's what I wanted to create, was basically my original thoughts were I wanted it to look stainless steel and be rectangular panels on a skeletal framework, and have the rivets attached at the framework. So in order to create that effect, I glued thin styrene strips to the original body, like in these pictures here. And as you can see, it formed a skeleton. Once the skeletal frame had been glued down, I cut very thin sheets of styrene into small rectangular panels and then glued that down and pressed hard so that it took the shape of the skeletal frame. And you can see the impression that it leaves. And this was an important detail to me. And you can see there are hundreds of rivets. I cut these rivets out of very small diameter styrene rod and place these on as evenly as possible along the framework. And let's take a look at the rear thrusters. I call this the rear quad because it's actually 4 thrusters in an X pattern. And you can see in these photos that these are Gundam pieces, and they've all been attached to a central square styrene tube. And then that styrene tube fits over a rod, which allows me to take this quad pack on and off. These 4 wings have been attached to the 4 thrusters by this piece here, and these wings were made from some thicker styrene sheet, and I put some air brakes and flaps for control. Apply little decals there for some kind of racing. This rear quad section was a blast to work on. It really has a very cool look to it. Very different from the rest of my vehicles. So I had left the original suspension on it to attach the front wings to. And you can see that they do have some slight movement. The entire original suspension is used, including the brakes. I just left those on. They made a good attachment point for the front wings. And that's a tiny Pico LED in the front. The weathering was, I painted the body black and then came back and did a light coating of gunmetal, and then just went over that with a bunch of different washes and very light touches with a sponge of very thin down rust. And I won Best Patina in the Kansas City Heartland Nationals. These rear wings were a Gundam piece, and in fact, this rear thruster, the two side thrusters right here, that's a bunch of Gundam pieces all kind of combined into one piece. That was a very interesting little build, and I love the addition of these two aggressive looking wing flaps. This was also part of the original kit, this rod. I thought it had a cool linkage look to it. Underneath this intake lies the battery. There's the button battery and the on-off switch. These side intakes were a nice addition. This is a Gundam piece, and I connected it to the body with some square styrene tube that's been cut in angled pieces, and they appear as if they're welded into some form of ductwork. And I am not usually very detailed on interiors, but since this car was wide open, I really went all out on the interior and added a ton of gauges and buttons. And if I'm not mistaken, that gauge pan, or this button panel right here, came off the original engine, and I just remade it into a panel full of buttons. And then I found another piece to add more buttons up front. I really enjoyed working on this interior. I made the seat back out of the two-part epoxy, the green stuff. And this whole intake was handmade using styrene sheet, just formed in pieces around this Gundam piece. I used this Gundam piece as a starter, and then just made the framework around it and covered it in styrene sheet. Super fun build. I really enjoyed this one. Got a couple of race decals on it. I always thought it needed a driver. Well, if you've made it to the end of the video, I appreciate your time, and thanks for sticking around. If you enjoy this type of content, please click the like and subscribe buttons. I would appreciate it. And if you want to see another video, please click the link above. Thank you so much. Have a great day.